And welcome back to the Wolfeboro Exchange. Thank you for joining us today. Super excited about this show. Before we get to it, we'll be covering some the town elections that'll happen tomorrow. This show probably won't even be aired until after that. But town elections are tomorrow, so we'll cover everything that happened in the townwide elections. A lot of things to go over in the next episode, but we'll hit that next week. Today, I'm super excited about this show. It's a little bit of shameless self-promotion, but I'm actually okay with that because of what we're covering today is really so important for the community, and we'll kind of do an overview of just what we're going to talk about today, and we're going to talk about a lot of different health things that are going on in the country, and we're going to piggyback some of the ideas of what modern science is doing and what people are talking about out there in the community. So super excited about this show. I have Miranda to my left here, and I have Aaron to my right. Both people instrumental in Wolfeboro Wellness, which is a dynamic new health and wellness center here in Wolfeboro, down at 609 South Main Street. We're super excited about it. But like any good idea, it's only as good as the people that are part of it. So I'm going to kind of lead into some questions here with these two. Miranda is what I call, I guess, the practice manager, practice coordinator, and Aaron is our head of nutrition. So really two key roles, along with our nurse practitioner that we have in the facility, and a few nurses. So fully staffed, fully functional, and just really excited about. We opened the doors back on January 1st, I think it was.
Yeah.
And so a lot of work went into the pre-development of what Wolfeboro Wellness was going to look like, and I think it was about 6 months ago, right? About 6 months ago.
Probably longer, yeah.
That we kind of sat down and talked about kind of the concept.
Mm-hmm.
The concept was, I'll let you talk about it. Do you want to talk about the concept about how we talked about modern healthcare and how many patients a practitioner sees and things like that? So.
Yeah, sure. I think a lot of it came from what you were going through and what you started biohacking yourself, and that was really interesting to me. And then we talked a lot about issues with traditional healthcare, having to wait 6 months for a physical, things like that, and the ideas of all the new up-and-coming medications and things like peptides, hormone therapy, weight loss, stuff like that, that's not really presented to you in a traditional healthcare setting.
I think what people really don't know, and what's really important, is that when you go to your healthcare provider, and the healthcare system by and large, the insurance-based healthcare system, does a really good job of taking people in a situation where they're sick, mm-hmm. and they're unhealthy, and maybe they're going through a major illness, or they've had a trauma, okay, and we have a great resource here in Wolfeboro at Huggins Hospital. It's an amazing place that can, in a trauma call, it can assess the trauma and get people out to the necessary facilities, stabilize people, and do things like that. But modern healthcare, when you go to your family practitioner, you're one of potentially 1,400 to 1,600 patients. Mm-hmm. The patient load in the United States is astronomical. So one practitioner in the health insurance-based system is seeing between 1,400 and 1,600 patients on average, which leaves the practitioners very, very little time to be able to engage with the patients, or as I like to call them, the customers. So if maybe you could talk a little bit about how our philosophy came to be, and where we view the practitioner, and what you see in the office with patients coming in, and the time it's spent with the practitioner.
It's interesting because patients spend usually between 45 minutes to an hour and a half with our practitioner, which is really awesome for the patient and for the practitioner, to build rapport and be able to really talk and understand things that are going on. the idea of Wolfeboro Wellness is that our practitioner will never have more than 200 to 250 patients in her panel for the concierge medicine side of things, which leaves her a lot more time to spend with patients. I think a huge part of the traditional medicine too is the insurance piece. I don't think that it's necessarily the provider's fault or anyone's fault besides what insurance allows providers to talk to you about and to prescribe you and whatnot. So kind of being able to loop around that, and even though it's an added cost, it usually ends up being less than if you become sick. And yeah,
I think you hit upon a key spot in this conversation. I'll have you go into a little bit more, but so a lot of people probably don't know what the term concierge
Yes.
medicine has been thrown around for the last 20 years, but what concierge medicine is, it's basically it's a fee for service. So you pay a fee and you get access to a practitioner 24/7, 365, who is dedicated to a panel of patients that is somewhere, call it between 200 and 300. So as opposed to that 14 to 1600 patient load that you would see in modern healthcare, in the concierge practice, you're seeing between 200 and 300, and prices range from a few dollars a day up into all kinds of crazy amounts across the country. But we've kind of tailored it to more of a specific model. So why don't you talk a little bit about just what people get in that concierge, like that environment?
So like you said, they get the 24/7 access. So that would be weekends, nights, basically anytime that you need the practitioner. She's going to be available to you by phone. If a appointment is needed, you'll have an appointment within 24 hours. We could even go to your house if that's necessary. Things like calling in a prescription to your regular traditional office where you have to leave a message, call back, check on it, maybe wait up to 3, 4, 5 days. Maybe you need a prior auth with your insurance. Those are things that our practitioner can do for you at your first phone call. Usually medications are sent in within a few hours to your local pharmacy.
Yeah, so that's a real key in what concierge medicine is, and there's obviously we have there's plans available for individuals and family plans.
Yeah.
So
and the tailored blood work too. The blood work has been incredible to see how much more comprehensive it is and what you can see with that comprehensive blood work that's going on in your body that you probably wouldn't have been able to see with regular blood work.
yeah, absolutely. So let's jump right in. I was just thinking, before we met, there was I was on Spotify again, and I heard the ad for that podcast. Like, as you guys listen to the $1 Trillion Shot.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys out there, if you're interested there's a Wall Street Journal podcast. It's called the $1 Trillion Shot. It covers the weight loss. Basically, it's like a idiot's guide to weight loss, and it'll cover weight loss from when Ozempic was basically in its early stages to where we are right now with Eli Lilly and Novo, and the explosion of weight loss drugs that are kind of taking America by storm and the world by storm and literally changing people's lives. It is like probably the number one topic that I think we hear about in the practice. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I would say that that's our biggest thing that we're doing right now is weight loss, and it's really cool, especially now that we've been open for 2.5 months, to see people come back for their follow-up and see how excited they are and how much better they feel, and even just in a month the changes that they're seeing in their body. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah, so not that we're leaving you out here, but now we're getting into it here. So the goal, and I think this is where you could talk a lot about, Aaron, is people in normal medicine, people, if they're going to go on a weight loss shot, let's just say, and they come in and they go on a weight loss shot, they could go on a weight loss shot and lose, 10-20% of their body weight over the course of 52 weeks of taking it. But, then the question becomes is, did it change either their exercise, or where it comes to you, did it change, fundamentally change their relationship with food. So you kind of, after someone comes in for weight loss or in general, you kind of work with them to tailor like a meal plan and like a new way of looking at food again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your background in nutrition and like that old-fashioned food pyramid, if we still use that, I don't know, but we talk about that for a second.
Yeah, so I sort of assist our members in the nutrition aspect of their health, like you said, and I've done everything from assist people in providing like ultra personalized meal plans, diet and exercise routines, providing grocery lists, and sort of like providing an accountability aspect to certain members to keep them on track for achieving their health and wellness goals. So I think that's a really cool thing, because when you're on a weight loss medication, obviously one of the main concerns is losing muscle mass, and well, although it's awesome to lose the fat mass, you don't want to lose energy throughout your day and stuff, so nutrition's a huge aspect.
Of course. So, why don't you talk about like
Can you talk about the scale a
yeah,
little
tell them
bit?
about the scale.
Yeah, we have a really cool bioelectrical impedance testing at our facility where it measures everything from fat mass, intracellular, extracellular water, skeletal muscle mass, and it's really accurate representation of your overall body composition. And it's a great guideline for people to like for the weight loss members. It's a good place to start. We'll get you on the scale right away, and then you'll sort of see your starting position, and then it's cool to see members come back in 3 to 4 weeks, get on the scale again, and they'll be somewhat discouraged because they maybe gained weight, but then it's cool to see that they gained weight in muscle and lost weight in fat, and so it's really cool to see that sort of.
The weight loss isn't just a medication, it's like a whole lifestyle change.
Mm-hmm.
That's the idea of it, right?
It absolutely is. I mean, it's and these drugs. I mean, there's more and more drugs coming on the market almost every single day. It seems like, but they really are changing people's lives. So that's one of the things that the trend that we're seeing right now. And beyond that, I think it would be. We have a slideshow here, so why don't we go through that and kind of highlight what you guys can talk about different parts of the slideshow and what the organization kind of does and all the different services it offers, because there's a lot of unique services that kind of incorporate the wellness side and the healthcare side. So
Sure. Okay, well, we kind of went over who we are.
Yep.
I'm Miranda, the practice coordinator, Erin, the nutritionist. We offer a wide range of services from IV therapy, hormone replacement. We do Botox, fillers, weight loss, like we mentioned. Oh yeah, this was important because Luke and I, we talked about this idea at first, just us two, and then we went to find a practitioner, and we interviewed probably 4 or 5 practitioners, and Lisa, who we ended up with, is amazing. She really liked the idea when we talked to her at first, and that was before we had anything really, not even a building in mind, and she kind of stuck with us and we stuck with her. So Lisa's been amazing. You can really tell that she is dedicated to the practice with all of the trainings that she's been doing. She just got DOT certified. She's certified in a lot of different things that we offer, which is really amazing. And then we have 2 nurses, Charlotte and Erin, another Erin. They're both super excited to work there, and we're excited to have them. So
what's unique too about, and every single person that came to this organization kind of came to it in a certain way that it was just it's very unique, because every single person is invested in looking at healthcare and modern medicine differently. Mm-hmm. And they've all have their reasons for it. It's either experiences over the course of time or just the energy of providing, wellness and healthcare before people are actually sick, and really engaging in looking at people's blood work
Yeah.
and looking at their overall health, so that, you know, over the course of time we can track better health, better results, longevity. It's really exciting, and every single person. And as this thing grows, I think it brings in people. We've already met people that have come in that are just really excited about being able to be part of this team that we're building.
Yeah. Even something as simple as like the supplements and the IV therapy. Like for me, I've shown a great interest now in supplements. Erin, you probably already did, but even more so now. And both the nurses too have really grown to learn a lot about all the supplements and the IV therapy. So it's been cool to kind of watch them grow their knowledge too, and myself.
Yeah, something I found really cool is that I was explaining to you, I actually enjoy going to work because people leave feeling very happy that they're taking action and kind of like wanting to benefit their overall health and wellness and longevity. And I've always seen nutrition as not just eating healthy, it's sort of helping your future self and promoting your health for future.
Yeah. This past month was our first month that we had follow-ups, and it was really cool to see everyone. We didn't have anyone come in that, like Erin said, some people at first were frustrated with the number on the scale, but then when they get to see that their blood works better or their muscle mass is going up, things like that, they leave and they're excited. They want to schedule their next follow-up. It's just not something that I think you typically see in traditional medicine, so it's been really exciting.
So here's a list of some of the things that are offered. You've got the weight loss program and medications, hormone replacement therapy. That's a big one. There's a lot of people that
Men and women.
Peptide therapy. Peptide therapy is exploding across the world right now. There are so many different peptides, and peptides are they're small. They're not just, but a peptide is a small chain of amino acids that's linked together, that's naturally occurring in the body. Weight loss drugs, GLP-1s, are peptides. And there's so many new innovative peptides out there that can treat all kinds of things, from creating more lean muscle mass to cellular regrowth to healing for injuries to reducing inflammation. There's just so many out there, and they can these guys can tailor a program to combat any of those things with these naturally occurring peptides. It's really cool stuff. IV hydration therapy. You want to talk about the room that is set up in there and kind of how we came to that and.
I think the IV therapy is probably my favorite thing that we offer. It's not just for hangovers. You can put none to a bunch of vitamins in a big bag of saline, and it pumps right into your bloodstream. It's basically the best way to hydrate, and we have a whole room dedicated to it. We have 2 really awesome massage chairs that we kind of got the idea from when we went to a different IV therapy place, and Luke and I were like, we need these chairs. So we have 2 chairs in there. It's a pretty dark room. We have a blackout curtain if you just want to go in and fall asleep while you get hydrated. We have a speaker, a diffuser. It's a very relaxing, nice room to be in. You're usually in there for about 45 minutes to an hour, and people feel great for days to weeks after. You can come in once for it, or you can go on a maintenance anywhere between 2 and 4 weeks. Get one every 2 to 4 weeks. It's really good for you, and I've learned a lot about it too, just from the nurses. They've taken a couple courses to become more knowledgeable with the vitamins that we're putting in and stuff, and it's really cool.
So neuromodulators and fillers.
Yeah.
Fancy name for Botox, but
Yeah.
yep. So that's something that the nurse practitioner can do in the office, and people can come in and do those things.
Yeah. And we have an aesthetics package too that covers the IVs, Botox, and fillers. And then we just opened our sauna and cold plunge room basically today. Mm-hmm. This weekend we finished it up, which is really exciting. The sauna fits 4-ish people, I would say. And the cold plunge, that's Luke's favorite thing. I don't know if Aaron will be trying it. I might in the future. And then we have a huge supplement dispensary. It's another whole room just dedicated to vitamins. We've seen a lot of different things with blood work that we've been able to tailor supplement plans for people specifically to what they need, what they want, what they're looking for, inflammation, vitamin D, things like that, to kind of cure it naturally before trying any medications or anything like that.
Yeah, people can go on the website and order their supplements
Yes.
right off the website as
Yep.
well. So that's another great resource. The website's a great resource if people are interested in finding out more about Wolfeboro Wellness. They can go to the website, and there's a lot more information on there. Okay, so we kind of already covered the concierge and preventive medicine page in our discussion. So, yeah, the importance of taking action. Your health is an investment. Even with some of our top packages, it can equate to literally 2 cups of coffee a day, which is pretty fantastic for what you can get and the services that people are looking for. Waiting, can lead to preventable issues. Unfortunately, the current medical care system, when it comes to getting into a primary care physician, can take days, if not weeks. Meanwhile, you're sick or miserable or whatever. That's what concierge medicine, the role of concierge medicine can really play a key role in getting to something early and kind of tailoring a plan and a whole wellness approach to it as well. So once you're in the system, it's about whether you're coming in for a cold or you're coming in for to talk about hormone replacement therapy. You can custom tailor a whole thing with your nutrition and with vitamins and supplements, and really really prioritize your health and your overall well-being. Take control of your future by acting now. These are some. There are some packages that you'll be able to see online, but basically there's a whole array of services that Wolfeboro Wellness offers. So, any closing?
No, thanks for having us. I was nervous, but I feel like it went well.
Of course it did. Aaron?
It's easier to talk about stuff that you're very passionate about, so I'm excited to see.
Yeah,
we're excited for the
coming.
summer.
We're looking forward to the summer, of course, as the population explodes here in Wolfeboro. So one of the things that I was early on, we not only identified a concept, but also a lot of things fell into place, and along with those was the building that we're in now, which is 609 South Main Street, which used to be AP Durham, but it was the old South Wolfeboro Schoolhouse. It's a really cool building. It's in South Wolfeboro. Plenty of parking, ample parking. Nice historical building. The old bell is still up in the clock tower. It's cool. Not clock tower, but bell tower.
That was basically one of the first things, one of the buildings you wrote down at our first meeting.
Yeah,
you wanted to be
a lot
there,
of things
so.
fell into place.
Yeah, it's a beautiful building.
Yeah, so and we've done a lot of work down there. So feel free to come down for a visit or a consultation. We're open. We'll be open pretty much 6 days a week come summertime. But right now we're open Tuesday through Friday from 9 to 5.
Yeah, we are open Monday too.
And we're open Monday, yeah. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. The phone number is 603-520-8252, and it's wolfeborowellness.com online. That's 609 South Main Street. Thanks, Aaron and Miranda, for joining me here today on the Wolfeboro Exchange. Get out there. It's beautiful weather out. It's spring ahead. Clocks went ahead. It's dark. It's not even going to be dark out when we leave here. It's so exciting. Tim's probably going to a meeting tonight. So there's a lot going on in Wolfeboro, as always. And as spring comes, we're getting ready for then summer and all the normal events that come along with summer in Wolfeboro. So Get that ice melted and get those boats unwrapped, and let's get out there. And until next time, be kind.